This is Mother's Day weekend, and I'm going to read a couple books one about a grandma. I'm a grandma. Oh my goodness. I'm going to read a book about a grandma and a book about a mom and then a book about the wind. This first book is called In Grandma's Arms. Right now we haven't been able to see each other, and I miss holding all my grandchildren. In Grandma's arms, in our storybook chair, we can do anything. We can go anywhere. And that's why I've been reading stories to you, because I miss having my grandkids come over and sit in my lap in my chair. But we've been able to be together by my reading these stories. On summer days past, we've been known to go flying on clouds of pink cotton that float without trying. We leap on a comet and zoom through the stars, have lunch on a moonbeam, then blast off to Mars. Woo, what fun! A trip to the jungle is not far for me, in Grandma's arms with me on her knee. We visit a forest, with castles of candy and a moat full of milk. Now isn't that dandy? Oh, look, there's a dragon. Of course he's quite nice. He bakes us a cupcake with sugar and spice. We scale icy mountains, slide to valleys below, through fields of fresh daisy with faces that glow. In Grandma's arms, I can tell her my wishes, to dive with sleek dolphins and swim with fat fishes. Oh, what fun! She shares all my dreams and wraps them up in a prayer. Then she opens a book and suddenly we're there. On a carpet of magic just made for a ride. With the wind in our faces, we swoop, loop, and glide. Past rainbows and sunbeams to soft desert sand. On top of a camel is right where we land. Alas, I grow drowsy in our storybook chair. As I slip into sleep, I know Grandma is there, with a kiss for my cheek and a wish on a star. In my Grandma's warm arms, love is not very far. I can hear her sweet voice sing a soft lullaby. As I rock in her arms, I can dream. I can fly. What fun to be in Grandma's arms. And this is called Kiss Goodnight. A kiss goodnight. It was a dark and stormy night on Plum Street. Look at that. Looks like the wind is blowing. In the little white house, Mrs. Bear was putting Sam to bed. Ready now, Sam? Oh, no, said Sam. I'm waiting. Mrs. Bear sat on the bed beside Sam, and they read his favorite book, and they both knew all the words. Do you have some books that you have memorized too? Afterward, Mrs. Bear pulled one side of the blanket way up high under Sam's chin, and the blanket was red. She pulled the other side too, tucking it under his toes like a nest. Outside the wind blew. Ooh, ooh. Ready now, Sam? Oh, no, said Sam. I'm waiting. Mrs. Bear arranged Sam's friends in the bed, and they all snuggled close in the blanket that was red. Outside, the rain came down, splat on the roof, splat, splat on the windows. The wind blew. Hoo, hoo. Ready now, Sam? Oh, no, said Sam. I'm waiting. Mrs. Bear poured milk in 2 glasses, and they both drank milk, and it was warm sliding down. Afterward, Mrs. Bear yawned. You must be ready now, she said. But Sam shook his head. I'm waiting, he said. Said Mrs. Bear. Let me think. We've read a book, we made a nest, we arranged your friends and had warm milk. Sam, she said, what did I forget? You know, said Sam. Said Mrs. Bear. Book, blanket, friends, milk. Book, blanket, friends, milk. Sam waited. He waited and he waited. And then at last, Mrs. Bear said, oh, I know. Kiss goodnight, Sam. She bent way down, kissing Sam once, kissing him twice, and then twice more. Again, cried Sam. Oh, that's what he was waiting for. And she bent way down, kissing Sam once and twice, and then twice more. Oh, outside the wind blew and the rain came down. But in the little white house, Mrs. Bear was taking out the light, whispering, kiss goodnight, Sam. Kiss goodnight. And look at Sam. What happened? He fell asleep, and Sam went to sleep on a dark and stormy night on Plum Street. Oh, that was so special. And this book is called Whoosh Went the Wind. Whoosh went the wind. I'm late, but it's not my fault. I started for school in plenty of time, but the minute I stepped outside, the wind whooshed over me. Oh, how the wind was blowing. It snatched laundry from our clothesline and tangled it in the trees. I climbed tree after tree and tossed clothes down until, hurry, Mom said, you'll be late. You should have listened to her. Oh, I did. I whizzed down the street while the wind zigzagged ahead, whisking dandelions out of the grass and heaping them in my way. The wind blew and the golden hill grew. A hill of dandelions, now really. It's true. I climbed that dandelion mountain, but then something fell at my feet. The post office flag was flapping so hard its stars fluttered down to the sidewalk. I picked up stars till my pockets were full. Then, just as the clock struck 8, the wind blew open the doors of Milady's millinery shop. See those stars coming down off the flag? Those heavy doors blew open. I find that hard to believe. But they did. The wind huffed into the store and sent hats like flowered frisbees sailing out the door. I ran and I jumped and I caught all that I could till I held a hat bouquet. I was taking them back inside when I heard a clatter and clang. Traffic signs began flying. The wind jumbled them, then dropped them in spots where they were never meant to be. Oh, that was a strong wind. Flying traffic signs? You must be kidding me. It's true, it really is. Cars stopped while drivers dithered, so I directed traffic until a policeman came. And still the wind kept blowing. It whirled away a picket fence and dropped the pieces on the playtime preschool playground. I couldn't stay, so I hurried on. But as I ran past Dippy Deli, I heard people clapping and laughing. The wind had gathered all the strays in town and was nestling them among the groceries in people's shopping carts. Will you look at that? Look at all the animals in the shopping carts. Free pets at Dippy Deli. Now you're going too far. But it's true, and that's not all. 5 chickens and a rooster floated to town on the wings of that wandering wind. They clucked and they squawked on the courthouse roof, and they ignored their farmer's calls. But I had popcorn in my lunch bag, so I scattered it around. And the chickens came flapping down to get my popcorn. You expect me to believe you just happened to have popcorn in your lunch bag? It's true. It's true. I always do. We caged up the chickens and I sped along. Then just as I cut through the park, the wind sighed a foggy breath. The fog grew deep. The park grew dark. Soon all I could see was gray, and a ghostly figure loomed, and I shook with fright. But it turned out to be just the statue in the middle of Lion Fountain. So there was the fountain. But which way was out? You're saying you were lost in a fog on the way to school. It's true. I was lost till the wind caught its breath and blew away the fog. Then I sprinted along with wind in my face and wind in my hair and my shoes hardly touching the sidewalk. What magic the wind was blowing. It banged 100 screen doors all at once. It tolled the church bells upside down, and it sent all the pigeons flying. Then with a roar, the wind whooshed me up, and I soared over roads and rooftops. I floated past towers and trees. Birds flapped beside me. Clouds brushed my hair. And just when I thought I'd never get back, softly as a kitten's breath, it set me down right by the school's front door. What fun! I guess you don't believe me. You're right. I don't believe you. But it's true. It's all true. Can't you hear the wind calling? Just open the window and see. Oh dear. What happened to the teacher? I wonder what she's going to experience when the wind goes whoosh. So good night, everybody. I love you. And it's so wonderful to be in Grandma's arms. I miss holding all of you and hugging you. I think when I see you again, I'm just going to hug you so tightly and give you just big kisses. So good night and sleep tight. I love you so much. And I know you love me too. Bye. Good night.
Amen.